I'm here with Jeff Steele of National Instruments. Thanks for being on First Live.
Oh, my pleasure.
So what do you think of the event? This is amazing.
You know, this is my first time to New York. Most of the time I've gone to New Jersey, so I mean it's really cool to come across the river and see what happens in New York City. It really is exciting.
There's definitely a lot of noise here.
Yes, definitely.
So tell me a little bit about sort of the background very quickly on National Instruments, specifically what you guys do at First.
So we're one of the main suppliers of the control system. It's called the compact Rio. Some people would call it the c-rio. We've heard some people call it the c-rio. But what that is it's a system that's used by scientists and engineers to automate and control things. So the students are actually using something that scientists and engineers use in the real world.
What are the kids actually using the Rio for? On these robots, what's it doing for them?
So in this particular case is in the autonomous mode, they may be using the lines on the field to actually do line tracking. So there are sensors out there that can detect the line, and based on whether they're on a line or not, that will give them a binary or an on-off signal that can be fed into the controller. They could actually have 1, 2, or 3 of these, and based on the configuration and what those inputs see, they could actually program the robot to take the inputs of these 1, 2, or 3 inputs and then use those to steer the motors, which are going to be on the output.
That sounds amazing. I don't even want to think how they do it, but sort of let me ask you, how is that process accomplished? Is it a software system?
Correct. Is that they have a choice. They can write it in the National Instruments LabVIEW software, or they can also write it in C and Java.
And sort of, how does this also help you guys as a company in terms of you're exposing these kids to National Instruments at a pretty young age, that they're becoming familiar with you as a brand? Is that useful for you?
Yeah, it's very similar to what Apple had done with middle schools and high schools probably 10 or 15 years ago, is that if you can expose them early enough, you know, then when they become consumers either in college or when they get out in the industry, is that they might think about using our tools because they've used them in the past.